So I know I've said I want to buy more fields. Obviously, more fields is good because it makes for more income per year. But I might consider something along the lines of let's mix it up a bit and maybe replace some equipment over the coming year with this year's income and see if we can fit buying extra fields another time. Certainly making good with the hay. I think the thing is with this baling, it's actually progressing quite well. You know, I was thinking, oh, this is just going to get boring me just doing a lot of baling, but we've made some good progress here. At least we would be if I was lined up on this swath a little better. It's like we've only got 5 more rows to do, so I think we'll get this job finished. Then I think I can jump in the Deutz. It's loaded with herbicide, so I could do that spraying contract first. We are going to need to spray all but 2 of our fields next month. But for right now, yeah, we don't have a lot of herbicide, but we don't need a lot of herbicide because we are very precise in our herbiciding, or whatever you call it. Fertilization, again, I might have under-fertilized a couple of fields, but for the most part, I don't think we're going to use up a lot of fertilizer topping off the fields that we have. There you go. So yeah, we'll get this done. This tractor's only 86 hours. I didn't look at what the John Deere is. But what I might do is borrow a little bit of money and replace the Deutz with that Fendt. Now the Fendt, as I said, we're going to put the big engine in it, so 247. I might drop it, I could potentially drop it down 1 stop and we can rely more on the John Deere for the truly big tasks. But I think most of the other stuff we have doing around the farm is only 200 horsepower-ish or less. Although that said, we did originally have a Massey Ferguson 6S which had a huge problem hauling grain trailers up hills. So 200 horsepower is definitely too small for the grain trailer we have. If there's a 220 option, it'll save us a little bit of money. If not, then we could pick that Fendt up at a 247, which is the same engine size as the Deutz has. Don't really want to see the Deutz go, but I am noticing that it doesn't maintain its condition for very long. Okay, I'm going to do these rows first because they're only sort of halfway. If I do these last, then I'm a little bit further away from the exit. Well, no, I'm not. It doesn't matter. I'm just making stuff up. Boba Fett. Now there's a thought. So with fertilizing contracts, you can use any type of fertilizer you want. And we have a big pile of brown stuff right there that we could use to complete fertilization contracts. The only issue would be that you're fertilizing a field where crop is growing, which technically you shouldn't be putting manure on a crop. You should be putting manure on dirt and letting the manure soak into the dirt. But if any of those fertilization contracts have no plants on the surface, we could use the manure spreader. Alright, let's jump our way through the last 4 rows, so we'll end up at the top end of the field again. And I'll also put, if we swap out the Deutz for the Fendt, I'll also buy the Isaria active sensor rather than putting passive sensors on the mirrors. Because that we can then use on any piece of equipment the farm has and switch it between tractors, and I only have to have it installed on a tractor when I'm fertilizing. I should be going a little bit faster here. And 99. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, come on. There we go. So TV streaming shows kind of running out now. Next Wednesday is the last Mandalorian season 3 episode, which is shaping up to be a little bit interesting. The title character has been kidnapped, so needs to be rescued, which there have been suggestions by some on the internet that he might be replaced as the Mandalorian, because we now have many Mandalorians. It looks like there is a traitor in the group, with strong guesses as to which character is the traitor. And it's all shaping up. I'm guessing, from what I know, the Ahsoka series is supposed to release in August. So I'm guessing we may have appearances from some of the characters that are due to feature in that series. It was kind of like with the Book of Boba Fett. Season 2 of The Mandalorian ended up featuring fairly heavily Boba Fett. So it was sort of a direct knock-on to the Boba Fett series. I believe since the Ahsoka series is supposed to be in a similar timeline to The Mandalorian and Boba Fett, that she will, at least 1 or 2 of the characters from that series will feature in the last episode of The Mandalorian, just as an introduction. And there's potential crossover to have The Mandalorian or Boba Fett in the Ahsoka series if they feel the need, and especially if they're going to, well, the next series we're going to be producing is this one, so we've got the actors on site while we're wrapping up the current season. So there's opportunity to cross actors from one series to another if they're all filming in the same place at the same time. Too early. Sorry, I was drinking tea while I was the beeping started. Of course, one of the things I could do, so if we traded in the Deutz for a Fendt and traded this in for a green Valtra, we could end up with a farmyard of green tractors. One of the things I was thinking about is, even if we don't keep the Series 7, I might have a larger mid-sized tractor in the Series 8 or the Series 9 as we progress our equipment. 28. I'll go forwards. Now stop. So I've probably not got another bale in this field, but that's fine. Get this one done, then we can put the baler away, and I guess 8:30 in the morning game time we see if that spraying contract's still available, and we'll go racing off for that one. And then possibly switch over to the lime spreader and pick up the liming contracts. The lime spreader's not big. Actually, it's on lease, which is not the greatest plan ever, because using a lease equipment on contracts tends not to make you frequently any money at all, especially if the leased equipment has an engine in it. But, oh, we have a few tomatoes in the yard now. That's one of the reasons why I know we sold everything in September 1, because we only had one crate yesterday. In the passage of 12 hours, we've made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. Now what I might do is check at the flour mill and transfer some more flour over to the bakery. Not because I have to do that, but because we are generating so much flour, it takes time out of doing the other country. Oh look, John Deere's over here. Oh, who would have thought it? Put that there. So, as I said, I was interested in knowing that has 54 hours. The Massey is 87, 86, and that's 171. So this tractor is definitely getting tired. Although, what did we say? 150 hours? No, 50 hours was the maximum age of that vehicle before it just didn't make any more or any difference. So that is 9% herbicide. Let me contract spraying 79. Details on, and we might not have enough herbicide in the tank, but I'm going to attempt it anyway. Where do we go? I completely forgot. This is not paying attention. Oh, okay. So spraying contract disappeared. I guess we will do that one, that one, that one, that one instead. See how many of those made it to the top of the list. Okay, active contracts. We have 4 liming contracts: 59, 64, 102, 131. I would like to check on 656 and 110 if I remember while we're out driving. So, don't need the sprayer. I guess we can leave that somewhere. Where is the spreader? Put that in the corner. That's a good plan. I mean, the worst comes to the worst. I could always use the spreader to fertilise, although it's got wide tyres, so that might be a little bit of a bad thing. We have lime. Do we have more lime? No. Okay. I'm going to top this off though, because we are probably going to use all of it. Truth be told. Oh, come on. Let me get this turning the right way. There you go. Oh, of course, the other problem is we don't have a lot of money, so oh, I do have lime on the tank, so that's good. Jump out, see how much we do actually have in here. The silo is empty. Oh, that is sad. Right, let us 5,000 is the thing. So 59, 64, 102, 31. I'll go to the map and we'll look for blinking numbers. So 64 is there. 59 is at the top. So we've got that field there, and then that field there, and another one somewhere else. I thought it was 6. 102, that one over there. So, I think we do 59 first, because we have to drive up here and go that way. We'll come back and do 64. That will lead us to going in this general direction. We might have to go to the store and buy more lime, but that's fine, and we can top the tank off. Really? That's all the lime I bought. Okay, well, hopefully we can finish the first lime field. And see where we go from there. We are doing this does seem to indicate to me that maybe having a full power Fence 700 as a replacement to this would be the thing I need to do, because we are not motoring with this amount of weight on the back. I would say that this is kind of the limits of what this tractor can haul. And any replacement for it would be likewise limited. Okay, here we are. I'm going to zoom out a little so we can actually see how wide we're spreading and how much we're spreading on the grass. But doing these sorts of contracts, lime contracts is a mod. I also have, I think, rolling contracts, which is also a mod. There's no mulching contracts done, so so we can do these as contracts, which is kind of nice. And because of the equipment we're using, we tend to be fairly frugal with the application of whatever it is we're throwing out the back. So herbicide we don't use a lot of because we have the spot spray on the herbicide the sprayer, and I'm generally of the opinion that having the spot spray is a really good plan. Spraying on our fields, we don't spray a lot because typically we have manure applied before we plant, which reduces the excess of nitrogen that we have. That we need to apply. Is that what I want to say? It reduces the amount of nitrogen that the field is left requiring after we've planted. That's still bad English. But anyway, this field is not going to take much in the way of lime. Good. Maybe going diagonally is the best because it's a longer edge, so we get fewer turns around. We're down to 65% though. I don't have one of the contract mods that shows you how much you've completed all the time. That's probably okay. Just have to keep an eye out for the little pop-up messages that say you are 60% done, 94% complete. So we are really close to done here. Yes, we are. Okay. And come on. 96, 97 done. So that's one contract done. We have still over 50% of a tank. So possibly two choices here. One would be to do the other contract that's close by. So we get paid 4,600. That's good. I think that puts us. Yeah, we could pay off the debt. I'm probably not going to do that. I'm probably going to borrow a little bit more. But we can do 64. And then maybe go back to the farm and refill lime at the farm. Or we can drive across the map to the store and fill up there. farming either way works. At least if I do it now. Trees in the way, but it looks like I can gain access to that field there. If what I'm thinking is if I do it loading up the farm silo, then all of the lime I need will still be in the silo. But, let's get this one done. This field looks a little bit bigger, so should pay a bit better, but and I can always fill up. So if we finish these liming contracts off, and or this one off, go back to the farm, fill up the tank, and then go do the other two. If I do run out while doing the other two, I can nip to the store and top off with some lime, but I don't want to buy too much that I'm coming back empty. Or I'm coming back with pallets at the store still. This is okay. Well, I don't know. I mean, I've used, 17% going round so far. We didn't clear the full lap. But 32% complete, 17% of a load. But we started with 57. Potentially, we are going to make this. So, who knows? Maybe we'll get it done with what we have, and maybe we won't. I think when you do a lime contract, it does actually fill in the gaps that you missed once you've completed it. Okay, 52% done. Hopefully 29%. That's actually very close to exactly enough, I think. Maybe not. We'll find out soon, I guess. I am noticing that this is, because it's not precision farming, it's not our field, so it uses standard liming rules. You have to cover the field. So the efficiency of doing this isn't as good as the efficiency of us